Hello there, welcome to Center Stand Mechanics, and today I'm going to shoot a video about taking the tire off the wheel of my V-Strom 1000, and there's a few things to know about it, and I'll run you through all that. And yeah, so today I've taken a few precautions. I'm gonna try a technique that I've heard about and I've seen online, but I haven't actually done myself. In the past, I've struggled with clamps and to try to get the tire off the bead on the rim, and I come across this way where you take the wheel off the bike and then take the air out of the tire and use the kickstand, and then lean the bike over and then work your way around to get the tire off the bead on the rim. And sounds like a good idea, and I've just never done it. And one of the things I'm worried about is the bike is actually fairly large. My V-Strom, it's a fairly large, heavy bike, and so I'm worried about it jumping forward and falling off the center stand, which would be probably not very good at all. So, but I've taken a few precautions. You can see here, I've tied a rope around the front brake, so the front brake's on, and I also blocked the front wheel with a block of firewood, so it can't roll forward, because that's how it comes off the center stand, is it rolls forward and then it'll come off the center stand. I also put a block underneath the skid plate, so if it does for some reason crash down, it'll land on that block and it won't be so hard to get off the ground again. Probably won't happen, but like I said, I've never done this before, but it seems like a pretty good idea. So this will be the first, and you'll see it with me and see if it's a good idea or not. I think it is, but we'll see. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so back on my forehead you go. Okay, so first things first, put our gloves on. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to take this brake rotor off. This here brake rotor. I'm just going to take these 4 bolts out and then take this off. In the past, I've worked on these tires, and when you're leaning on them and stuff, I've actually bent these, believe it or not. Might not be such a problem with this. This is a fairly large bike, and there's a lot of thickness here, so probably won't bend this. And you don't necessarily have to take the rotors off to do this, but I'm going to do some cleanup around the rim as well. I'm going to take these bearings out, and it'll just be easier for the job. And of course, I don't want to bend these. So first, put a little lube on here just to help us get this off. And oh, look at that, the sun's coming out. How about that? Okay, and I'll just spin these off real quick. Make sure I'm going in the right direction. Take them all off. Loosen them off a little bit first. There we go. And then, yeah. 2. And there's 3, 4. And then this should come right off. There you go. So I'm just going to take note of which way it went on. See if there's any differences. Yeah, so there's writing on this side. So the writing side out. It should be easy to remember. Okay. Now, second step you want to do is you want to take the air or the valve stem out and let all the air out. And the best way to do that, just take the valve stem right out. You get this little tool like this. This is what I got. I got a couple different ones, but this one works pretty good. You just find the thing and then just back it right out. There you go. Okay, so all the air's out. So now here's for the fun part. Not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to give it a whirl. This tire's fairly thick, actually. So put that on there like that. Now the thing is, so for those of you that aren't familiar with tires, these tubeless type, inside this rim there's a bead, what they call a bead. It's a little ridge that runs around the inside of here. There's plenty of I'm sure there's plenty of videos online about the tire and the bead, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about, maybe go and have a look and you'll see what I'm talking about. But there's basically, it's like a little hump, and the rubber kind of jumps over it and it gets stuck all the way around on there, and you know, from the air pressure it pops out onto the bead or over the bead. And then in order to get the tire off the rim, first you have to collapse that bead, like get it all pushed in all the way around on both sides, and then you can proceed to take the rubber off the rim. And so first we got to pop this bead off. So here goes, nothing here. Let's see, and we'll take the pressure of this tire. We'll see if we can crush this down. Yeah, it's fairly. Yeah, see what I mean? It's really stuck on there. Let's see if we can get this thing to come off. No, it doesn't really want to. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. This is a fairly large tire. No. Doesn't seem to be wanting to work. Well, let's try another spot. See if we can work at it here. No one said it was going to be easy. We'll try another spot here. I'll straighten this out. Man, it's stuck on there. And it doesn't want to go. It's stuck on there. Okay. Well, I was afraid of that, but that's okay. We will. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I wanted to try that. I have a feeling it would work with smaller tires, This one's really large. The bike's really heavy too. Okay, we'll go plan B. Back in a moment. Okay, so welcome to plan B. So the kickstand method wasn't working. I think the bike's, or this tire's on there really stiff. Look how thick it is too. It's like, you know, it's like that thick. So I have a feeling this isn't going to be easy, folks. But not to worry. So plan B, and I've used this method in the past. I've been successful. Take some clamps, you know, and you just got to start squeezing on this thing. And I mean, obviously I don't have a tire machine or I'd be using it, but what would be the fun in that, right? So I just want to make sure I'm not squeezing on the rim. Okay, so plan B. So the whole object of the game here is to squeeze this together and get it to come down off that bead. Try it there. We're gonna squeeze that sucker off there. There, there it goes. Oof, it's off now. Man, oh man, that was on there. Okay, so that's one side. I gotta do another side yet. But let's work this side all the way around. Now, it should just come off like butter now. There we go. So there's one side off the bead. Just stick that like that. There, that way the backside won't keep working its way in like it was. There we go. That's better. Get some more oil in here. This WD is good for breaking bonds. One now. Gotta wind it out first. Crank this thing in until she pops. Someone's going out for a rip. There she goes. Pop. There. Just like that. Grab your tire iron. And then just work it away. Okay. There. Bead officially popped. Now, I know this is probably a little bit of a backyard method, and your professionals out there are probably laughing. And real glad you have a machine or a way of doing this that's far better than this. But when you're a low budget operation like myself, this is all you got. And that's okay. Because builds character, right? So you got these. So about these, These are what you call tire irons. You can pick these up for, I don't know, I think I paid 35 bucks for these. Maybe less, maybe, I don't know, 30. They're not much anyways. I can't remember. Maybe 25 bucks for the pair. I can't remember. And they got a nice little curve in them, and they got a nice little, just the right tip. And you can do it with screwdrivers, like big screwdrivers. But I find when you do that, you end up gouging up the rim, and you gouge up the rubber, and it can give you problems down the road. It can be done, but I recommend going out and buying a set of these. Okay, so what you got to do now is inside this tire, or this wheel I should say, there's a little groove on the inside here. So like if you're doing a cross section, it's like a valley inside here. And so if I'm gonna pull this side over, I gotta make sure that this side, actually I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pull this side over, but because the stem is in the way, I like to get away from the stem. So I like to start here and push this one to the center. And you gotta make sure, because if you don't get this down into that trough, you won't have enough room here. So what happens is you pull on it here to flip it over, and it goes into that trough, and it won't come out if you don't do that. So you gotta get one in, make sure this all goes in. So see how when I'm pulling on it here, it's actually going in here, and that's the secret of it. That's all you got to know. Well, and brute force, among other things. But see how it's going in? It's going in real deep here, right? And then we'll get another one in here, somewhere around here. We'll just try working this way. Okay, so I almost have it started. I think I'm gonna take off a little more, bite a little more, and then there. She's almost started there. A little bit, one more. There, see that? And you see how it goes down into this valley? And that's the secret of it all. All tires, all tubeless tires, well, I pretty much think 100% of all tires use this method of in the valley on this side, pull it out on this side. And I mean, it's pretty common knowledge for a lot of the experienced riders and mechanics out there. They all know this stuff. But if you didn't know, now you do. And the rest of this is just going to come off like butter now. See, look at that. Just, I could probably get the rest by hand. Look at that. Like there. There. That's one half. I'm going to need a third screwdriver just to hold it. And then I'm just gonna stick this one in there to hold it. I pull this one out. Reach in for another grab. Oh, probably too much. There we go. There we go. That's usually the sound of success, right? When everything falls on the ground. Okay, so I'm at a point where it's just about off. One more little alley-oop. Ta-da! There you go. Well, that wasn't easy. And look how wide this rim is. It's a big one. It's been all gouged up from years of swapping tires, but I mean, look how wide. It's as wide as my hand. Look how wide this part is. It's pretty big. but that's okay. We'll clean this up and we'll get the new one on. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these get the seals out, and I'm going to drive these bearings out. Oh, that was easy. Okay, now I'm going to get some blocks. And put them under here. Let's see if we can get this to come out. There's this, what the problem is there's this bearing, and then there's like this metal piece of pipe tube in between, and they're exact same size. So when I put this down, there's no edge to get onto, and this is actually kind of rounded here. So it just keeps slipping off. But what I just done now is I knocked that pipe over sideways and exposed part of the bearing. I might be able to get a bead on it now. This might work. There we go. Yes. There, I got it out. Look at that. Pretty gross. Pretty dirty. Oh yes, you know, this is the piece of tube I was talking about. So what was happening is the same size, and I couldn't get a bit on it. But what I did is I ended up knocking this over a bit, flipped it over, and I was able to knock it out. So yeah, that's a little bit of a trick to that. This isn't exactly, this is sort of a learning experience for me too. And this one should just knock out, no problem. There we go. And that one's out. Okay, so I'll try to explain what I did here and what the problem was. So this was in here like this, right? And I was trying to, reach through here and knock this one out from up top. But the problem is there was no edge for me to catch onto it. And so I was scratching my brain trying to figure out how to get this out. But what ended up happening is I took this, flip this thing over, and from this side I was able to knock this sideways a little bit, so it was like this, and when enable that, what that did is enabled me to see a little bit of the edge of the bearing from up top here, because it was like crooked, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you can catch my drift here. So it was a little bit crooked, and I could see just enough of the edge of this that I could get the chisel on it and knock it down. And that was the secret of getting that off. And now this is ready for cleanup. Now, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a bunch, get all this grease out of here, and probably end the video here. And next time next video I'll probably be putting the bearings back in here and re-greasing everything, and I'll put the tire on, and we should be good to go. We'll put the back wheel back on. So I hope that helped. Helped me. That was a bit of a challenge getting those out of there. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. I don't have a bearing puller. There's a bit of a trick to it there. Now that I know what I've done, I can kind of see how it works now. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You just kind of figure these things out on the fly, and you know, you just keep at it. You'll figure it out, and come hell or high water, you know, you'll get her done. Anyways, thanks for watching, and Center Stand Mechanics out.